What do you think this report says more about, Kawhi or LeBron?
Well, I think in this instance, it says more about Kawhi because ultimately, when you look at the Lakers, you got the best player in the world right now, LeBron James. And if your goal is to win, is to win another championship, because I think that's what most players, if you ask 99% of the players, obviously they want to win a chip. I don't look at Kawhi playing second fiddle to LeBron James. I think people that have watched the NBA, that knows the NBA, knows that this is a player, skill set that's on par. Obviously, LeBron's the best player in the world, but he's in the same area code as LeBron James. So I don't see Kawhi Leonard, if he goes to the Lakers, that he would have to play second fiddle to LeBron James. And that's the thing that's most puzzling is why in the world would you want to go to the Clippers? Listen, Jerry West is there, and I know that. Jerry West has put together some great programs. He did it with my Los Angeles Lakers in the Shaq Kobe era. He did it with the Golden State Warriors, with Steph and Clay and all that. So I get that. But my question is, are guys really, are they going to really want to team up with Kawhi Leonard with the Clippers, as opposed to you going to the Los Angeles Lakers, where you could possibly win in LA with the Lakers? Boy, that puts you on a whole different stratosphere than going to the LA Clippers and then hoping that, oh, maybe we can acquire some talent. That's the thing that I really question about Kawhi is why wouldn't you want that chance to go back home to the Lakers and win a chip that way?
And I understand what you're saying, but I got to disagree with you, okay? And I learned this yesterday. Nobody's angrier than NBA fans. I've decided NBA fans, you either love or hate everything that we possibly say about LeBron. So let me say this clearly. I believe that LeBron James is the best basketball player of all time. I have to say that very clearly because that doesn't mean I won't critique him. Ultimately, you're the best basketball player of all time. And to your earlier argument, one of the top 5 players in the league would rather go play for the Clippers than play with you. He would rather play for the Clippers than play for the Lakers. What is that a statement of from a brand? That's a statement of how difficult it is to play with LeBron. Let's not skirt over the fact that Chris Paul, CP3's his bestie, could have joined him. He's not doing it. He's staying in Houston, right? If it's all about winning championships, it's all about playing with LeBron, then ultimately at some point players would be flocking to do that, and they're not. They are not flocking to play with LeBron. And as much as we want to skirt around what that means, the fact is Paul George is not a Laker. Chris Paul is not a Laker. Kawhi Leonard doesn't want to be a Laker. How many people does it take to say, nah, I'm okay, before we admit that maybe there's a problem with playing with LeBron? Best player in the world, best player of all time. Doesn't matter. In a world where Paul George is in Oklahoma City partially because he felt, according to reports, he felt appreciated. He felt loved there. He felt like they really valued him. He felt like he meant something more to Oklahoma City than he could mean to the Lakers. We have to accept that ego exists, and these guys at some point want their opportunity to shine. So whether it's because they don't want their shine dulled by LeBron or whether it's because, frankly, they don't want to have to play with him. Either way, you have to look at it and acknowledge that the Heat days of old do not exist in the current NBA culture. These guys don't want to play with him.
Well, listen, when you're talking about all-time greats, I mean, whether it's, LeBron, Kobe, Michael, the reason they're great is because they're hard to play with. They demand excellence out of everyone. But if you want to win, I mean, I think every player wants to win. And I just want people to think about this logically. Again, Jerry West is with the Clippers. Jerry West is a mastermind at building organizations. But again, comparing the Clippers situation and comparing the Lakers situation with LeBron and playing with LeBron, if you're trying to contend with Golden State, remember, that's what you got to also look at who's in your conference, who are you going up against. You're going up against the Golden State Warriors. That's the big target that you have that you're trying to aim at. How are you going to go through that playing with the Clippers?
But what if you look at it and you just realize, you know what? We can team up all we want. We're not going to beat Golden State. So wait a minute. So I'm going to go get mine.
So wait a minute. Are you saying that if you bring in Kawhi Leonard with LeBron James, that they wouldn't have a shot, and then 2019, when 2019 rolled around, that they wouldn't have a shot of beating the Golden State Warriors?
Golden State would still be favored. Golden State would still be favored.
I say I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that one bit. If you get Kawhi Leonard, you bring in another contract, another big time player in 2019. That team is just as equipped to beat a Golden State Warriors team.
Oh, so you're saying LeBron, Kawhi, and another guy in 2019?
Right, exactly. Because to me, it's not all about this year. It's not all about this year. To me, it's about 2019.
But you're still going to have somebody do exactly what Kevin Durant just got killed for. You're going to have somebody in your situation decide that they're okay. In the world where you got Kawhi, because he at that point will find himself on a max deal, and you're going to have LeBron on a max deal, you're going to have somebody decide they're okay with getting killed for a generation like Durant did and go in and play for less.
I think Durant is okay. I think at the end of the day, Durant is okay.
If he's okay, why is he making a burner Twitter account?
I think Durant. I think Durant is okay. Because at the end of the day, a lot of these guys, why do you think all these guys are teaming up? Why do you think all these guys are teaming up? They're teaming up because they know that we need to team up in order to win championships. That's why this whole thing to me is puzzling. If this is the trend in the NBA right now, and listen, I respect Kawhi if he wants to go a different path and he wants to build something on his own, but if you want to win a championship, you're not going to be able to do that solo. Okay, if you want to win.
Can we admit, though, if Kawhi was successful with the Clippers, right? If Kawhi goes in,
what is success for the Clippers?
Second round of the playoffs. I mean, if Kawhi is able to get himself some run with the Clippers, he becomes a legend in LA. He doesn't become a legend playing next to the Lakers, playing next to LeBron for the Lakers. Even if they go out and they win 2-3 championships, is he suddenly? You're a Lakers fan. Is Kawhi going to be on the Mount Rushmore of Lakers for winning 2 championships? No. Would he be for the Clippers? Oh yeah.
But is Kawhi trying to go to the Clippers to start a legacy, or is he just trying to get out?
Home.
It's just just get out of San Antonio, because that's what it seems like to me.
Well, he wants to be in LA. He wants to be in LA, but he doesn't. But what this comes down to, the real sentence is he wants to be in LA, but not if it means playing with LeBron. And how is that not at some point a statement to LeBron? This is not a new thing with LeBron. This is not. I understand that it's easy to hate on Kyrie Irving for wanting out. I understand that piece of it. But I also look at it, and as I've said a couple of times this week, Kevin Love is not suddenly looked on more favorably after his time with LeBron. The guy even attributed part of his reason of his panic attacks to the pressure and situation in playing in Cleveland. Playing next to LeBron is not for everybody. And at some point that has to, if enough people turn around and say, no, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm going to go get mine somewhere else. If enough people do that, Chris Paul is telling you, by taking a Rockets contract, he's telling you he likes his situation where he is, and he's good. He thinks he has a better chance, as you say, chips, in Houston than he does for the Lakers.
Well, I mean, listen, that decision is a lot easier now, knowing that they were a Chris Paul injury away from knocking out the Golden State Warriors. So if you're Chris Paul, you're thinking, okay, if we get the band back together, why can't we knock off the Golden State Warriors?
Yeah, but you're also looking at it saying, no matter what band they build in LA, I'm still good. You got to do that, right? You're looking over there thinking, okay, what's next 3-4 years look like? You're looking at it saying, well, I know what it's going to look like in LA. I still think I'm better here. I'm going to make my money here.
But you know what you have here in Houston, they're still trying to assemble something in LA. So wouldn't you go with the more known commodity right now if you're Chris Paul? You know that we can beat the Golden State Warriors right now. They're still building something with the Los Angeles Lakers.
Are you trying to tell me that players everywhere right now are just clamoring over themselves? Great players, all-star players, clamoring over themselves to join LeBron? Because I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. We've had Kawhi, we've had Paul George, we've had CP3, we have guys that have had the opportunity to make a decision, and they've decided not to go with LeBron. It's easy to say it's all about everybody else, but at some point you got to look at LeBron and say, might be the most beautiful girl in the bar, but that doesn't mean that's who everybody wants to date.